I'd like to call a meeting to order. Could I have a roll call, please?
Belsley.
Here.
Blunier. Dobb.
Here.
Hare.
Here.
Herman.
Here.
Kaufman.
Here.
Rainson.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There are no public hearings, no special presentations that I am aware of. Would anyone in the audience like to make a comment? Would anyone in the audience like to pull something from the consent agenda? Would any one of the trustees like to pull something from the consent agenda? Could I have a motion to approve it?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Second by Sam. You can tell he's smiling over there. Any questions? Call it, please.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
I have one item. I would like to appoint someone to the Planning Commission. He's in the audience right now. His name is Matt Fick. He's a resident of Morton, Illinois. He is the village administrator of Peoria Heights and was director of planning for East Peoria. He was also the assistant director of Parks and Recreation for Peoria and was a land use planner for Pekin, Illinois. He has degrees in urban planning and an MBA, and I think he'll be a really good addition to the Planning Commission. Could I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Could I have a second? Second by Ginger. Any discussion?
You have to give my cousin a hard time over on the board, Matt Fuller. So.
Call it.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
I probably should have included this as a joint motion, but I would like to also have him represent us on the Business District Commission. He's replacing Kathy Pagel, and I had talked to Justin and Randy, and we came up with a thought that we really needed to have somebody on the Planning Commission who's also on the Business District Commission, and I would like to have Matt also serve on the Business District Commission. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
Ginger moved, Randy second. Any other questions? Call it, please.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Ha-ha. I do want you to know the pay's the same even though you have two different jobs. Village Clerk,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Village Administrator,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Chief of Police,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Corporate Counsel,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Director of Fire and Emergencies,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Director of Public Works.
Two items tonight, Your Honor. First is item A. I'd like to ask for acceptance of bids for water distribution materials from HD Supply Waterworks in the amount of $32,011.30.
Could I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Did you get that?
Yes.
Any discussion or questions? Call it, please.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Next item, item B, I'd like to ask for acceptance of proposal by Kaiser Electronics for the Memorial Plaza audio system in the amount of $8,881.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Second by Sam. Any questions or discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to, was this part of our original budget?
This was not in the original budget. It's been discussed off and on throughout, but
As far as the original budget, if we received a half of them, have they raised half of the matching funds for the total yet?
I have been working with Leanne at the EDC, just trying to get an update. I believe I sent an email to some of you too. But the original budget back on March 2nd of 16 was, I'll shrink this down a little bit, $1.827 million. We're currently have spent $1.666 million. And we have received from EDC and Foundation $789,711. They have committed I'll use this as my last number, $870,000. I would say I sent an email to Leanne that I thought about 913,000 would be half. We still have some items, the donor wall, some of those things that we're still finalizing, should have done by the end of the month. So I think in the end, I think they'll be short about 45,000 from being half.
I think due to the budgets, what they are and everything, that we ought to pass on this until such time we have the money from them that will cover it. Because I don't know if an audio system is really needed in that plaza.
So are you going to make that a motion, Tom?
Huh?
You going to make a motion?
No, that's my comments
We
about
already,
it.
yeah, we already made the
I know, but
The motion's already been made.
He's going to make a motion to change the motion.
No,
Do you have a second to Tom's suggestion?
I think we would vote on it, is that right?
But
I
don't,
we have
don't,
to vote on the original motion.
Procedurally, Tom could make a motion to table it, and if he received a second on a motion to table it, then that motion would take preference or priority over the original motion.
Okay.
but there's money in the fund. This is covered with the existing funds, correct?
At this point, we can keep it within the 1.827. But my comment to Tom, in response to Tom, was it included in a list? If you go back then, it was not included in that list at the beginning, but it could be included within the 1.827 million.
But my question's the same. Tom has made a motion to delay. Do we have a second to Tom's motion to delay? There being none, let's vote on the first motion.
I have a question for Craig. Could you just explain a little bit about what this audio system will do to enhance the plaza?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is for ceremonies, dedications. I know Tom is in the crowd, but I think that was kind of the biggest thing would be for a ceremony, whatever, that we would need an audio system there. So it would be integrated and kind of blend in some of the speakers, but at least if there was an event, that there would be audio.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Call it, please.
Herman,
Yes.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Belsley,
Yes.
Dobb,
no.
Hare.
Yes.
Anything else?
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
Planning and zoning.
A few items tonight, Your Honor. First involves a special use and zoning amendment for Lighthouse for, right now it'd be a house that's been demolished, but it was at 412 North Bauman. It would be the east side of Bauman. It's the last piece of property on Bauman that is actually Zone B. That came with a favorable recommendation from the Plan Commission last Monday night. There were no objectors present or to be heard from. So we bring that to you for final approval.
Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Belsley. Any questions? Call it, please.
Kaufman,
Yes.
Belsley,
Yes.
Dobb,
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Yes.
The next item, there are three cases that we've been given the information on from Tazewell County regarding their upcoming zoning board of appeals meeting. The first one is a variance for a property located right at the intersection of Springfield Road and Route 98. The intent for the petitioner is to have a tavern there, and it's with a gaming facility, and it's within the 500 feet of a residential area. So therefore, they need, they're coming to Tazewell County for a variance, and since it's within our 1.5 miles, we get to weigh in on this particular case. Do you want me to cover the special use part of this request at the same time, or how do you?
Well, let's have a motion to get it on the table first.
Well, actually, I think what we've historically done is, I think it's within the Director of Planning and Zoning's discretion to provide commentary or feedback to Tazewell County Zoning Board, so it doesn't require your legislative action. I think historically, these have been discussion-only items. And one other point while we're on it, in light of what it is, a non-legislative action by your board, but instead feedback by your Director of Planning and Zoning, historically, you've said, Roger, this is some things we want you to make sure you address. one thing to save us from going down a video gaming rabbit hole in this discussion is, I think it'd be perfectly appropriate for your Director of Planning and Zoning to indicate in his comment that our ordinances prohibit video gaming facilities. So if this property were within our territorial jurisdiction, this would not be permitted. I'd suggest that to save our recommendation from becoming a revisiting at the board level here of particular stance on video gaming, and it's factually accurate to where we are.
So you're saying we don't have to vote on these variances?
Correct. Because they're county variances, they only ask for comment from the village, and I think historic practice has been for Roger to bring them to the board, and the board to give Roger any feedback they want to make sure he addresses.
But if they're within the distance, it seems to me we have the ability to overrule them. When I was on county board, we were overruled by East Peoria on any number of things.
We only have the ability to provide comment to them as opposed to tell them, no, they can't grant it.
Well,
We've done this in the past in regard to, like, if something didn't meet our subdivision ordinances, we've made those comments that, that would not be acceptable in the village of Morton as it stands now.
does anyone have anything they would like to suggest that Roger carry back to the county?
Exactly what Pat said.
Sure. Just, yeah.
Did you get all that, Roger?
Yeah.
I didn't write it down word for word, but I did talk to him, so yeah, I got it.
Okay. Next.
The last part of that was the special use to have a tavern gaming facility at the same location. So I'll just kind of put it all together, put a bow on it and send it back to them. The last case that they have is a property further in toward the middle of Groveland, where they have that mini chapel and some property there. They want to plat off a house from a bigger parcel of ground. I don't see it as any issue to us. So you're probably, unless you have specific comment on that.
Anyone want to comment on the house? How about item C?
Well, I can do that one too. Item C, if you remember, it's been nearly a year ago, give or take a month, that we approved an expansion of the enterprise zone for Pekin. That we had still some available property that we could include in our enterprise zone, the southern Tazewell County enterprise zone. And that never did actually happen. So now they're back again, and what they're wanting to do is they have approximately 3.59 square miles of enterprise zone right now, and they want to expand that to 3.70 miles. I don't think it's going to hurt us in the least, because we actually have 4.53 miles of the enterprise zone that belongs to Morton. So there's plenty of room for us to develop property that's currently not developed, that's in the enterprise zone, and it would be an assist to them. So I would be in favor of going along with them on this.
Do you need a vote on this?
Yeah, we do need to approve this ordinance that's been included in your packet, ordinance 16-18.
Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Weird, Sam.
Second.
Second. He did that without making a sound. That was really good. Any discussion? Call it, please.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare. Yes. Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
And unless, that's all I have, unless you want me to sing, and you didn't sing.
Yes, I would. Village trustees, trustee Belsley.
I have one item, Your Honor. I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 16-17, an ordinance amending Chapter 6 of Title 4 of the Morton Municipal Code regarding adoption of the International Property Maintenance Code.
Second.
Did you second, Ginger?
Yes, I did.
Ginger second. Any discussion?
What this is, just to provide some further information on this, is, as you recall, last fall, I believe it was in November, we updated our building code, and with the latest versions of the International Building Code, and that was also allowing us to inspect residential properties, and also added the energy code provision to it as well. And this is sort of an extension of that effort. This is updating and revising our current ordinances with regard to nuisance properties. And our current language is in some areas, you might say unclear, a little nebulous, and this provides more clear direction for the citizens to know where they stand with maintenance of their properties, but also from an enforcement standpoint for the village to act upon those that are in disrepair or pose a safety hazard. So it's again more of a housekeeping matter, cleaning it up, making it more relevant to our current times today. Roger, or Pat, anything else to add to that?
Call it.
Dow.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes,
Is that it, sir?
it is. Thank you.
Trustee Dobb.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Hare.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Herman.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Kaufman.
Just one reminder that we have the yard waste program. And Craig, we're closing for 1 day or 2 for Easter. Okay. So it's from Saturday, April 8th to Sunday, April 23rd, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and we will be closed Easter Sunday. That's all I have, Your Honor.
The agenda calls for a closed session, but that is no longer necessary tonight. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second by Sam. Would you call that, please?
Dow.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Thank you.